Hello, welcome to a new irrigation video or irrigation tips. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix a leaking anti-siphon valve. How do you know the valve's leaking? Well, if you see water around the sprinklers or leaking on top of the valve, that means, well, that obviously is leaking. Well, this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that without using any glue or cutting the pipe. Alright, so I'm going to show you right now how you can do that. Alright, so this is the valve we're gonna replace. Like I said, we're not gonna remove the whole valve. We're just gonna replace all this black part right here. So that's gonna come off, and also we're gonna replace the anti-siphon part, which is this part. First of all, before we start doing that, we gotta shut the water off. So if you have a shut off specific for the irrigation, you gotta shut that off before you do any work on the valves. All right, so in this case, I have a shut off right next to the valve, so I'm gonna shut it off right now. This one right here. So before I do any work, I need this valve to be without water. All right, so got the water off. So we're gonna start, like I said, gonna start removing some of the parts of these valves. We're gonna remove all the screws. Well, what we need would actually need a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, but I have a drill. So if you have a drill, you can use a drill, but if you don't have, all you need is a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver. So I have a drill to make this process faster, so I'm gonna use a drill to start removing the screws. All right, so I'm gonna do that. All right, so like I said, we're gonna remove all the screws around the valves. Around this valve. Sure you have a place so you can put all the screws so you don't lose them. Alright, so okay, we got this part. See, this is all we need to remove. And also, like I said, that it has like a diaphragm, which is right here. So we're gonna remove this as well. Alright, we're gonna put it in a safe place. You never know if you need it again. Alright, so it's right there. Okay, so what I do, and I think most of the people that also do this job, we flash the valve to make sure there is nothing inside here. Sometimes there is glue, a rock, so we're gonna make sure nothing is inside here before we put the new valve on top of it, before we install the new valve or the new part of the other valve. So we're gonna flash this. So make sure there's nothing there, then shut it off, and so now we're ready to install the other valve. So we're gonna actually first, okay, so before we do anything, so we want to make sure we got the same size valve. So this is a 3/4 valve, so make sure you had the same one. This is a Rain-Bird Anti-Siphon valve, so it's very actually similar, so actually the same valve, just to make sure you're installing the right valve and you won't have any leak again. So all right, so we're gonna start taking all the screws off from the new valve. All right, so I got the screws off the new valve. So all right, so we're gonna try to slowly remove it. Make sure it's completely off. All right, so it still has some screws that are not come out completely. So I'm gonna make sure everything, they're all out. All right, so make sure the diaphragm, to install it the same way it is. gonna come out. All right, so if you see that diaphragm right there, so we're gonna install it same way. See, actually, if you can see it, so it was set like this. So the same way you're gonna set it to the existing body of the valve. All right, so we got that. All right, so we got the diaphragm. It was set like this. I'll show you. So it was like that. So I mean, you're gonna put it on the body of the valve like the same. If it was like this, so you gotta put it the way, like same way. So like it goes like this. You can see right here, it has a little hole. So that's for the solenoid. So you're gonna set it just like that. See if I can get it closer. All right, so okay, so if you see, it has a little spring right here. See under the diaphragm how it looks. So you're gonna set it right like that. See, like I say, it has like a little extra hole right here, so it goes right there. Okay, just like that. All right, so that's how you set the diaphragm, but not all the diaphragms look the same. This is the diaphragm for an Rain-Bird Anti-Siphon valve. So I think for other valves might look different, but I mean the process is the same, but I mean, like I said, diaphragm might look different. All right, so what we do now is just install the new top that it comes with the new solenoid, new bleed screw, and its own shut off. All right, so it goes like that. See, that's what the solenoid is. This is the solenoid. It's gonna go with the align with the little hole. Let me see if I can show you. All right, it's gonna go like. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it's set like that. Yeah. All right, so yeah, it goes like. All right, so it was difficult for me using just one hand, but here we go. So like I say, align it right there with each hole. Now we're ready to put the screws back in. All right, like I said, well, go one by one. I mean, you can use the Phillips screwdriver. So just gonna show you. I mean, you can use something like this, or you can use a drill, which is way faster. All right, so I'm gonna use the next one. I'm gonna use the drill. Make this thing faster. There we go. All right, so now we got that. We have, like I said, we had the new valve and we had the anti-siphon part, which is, this is in good condition, and you can leave it if you want to, but I mean, there's no reason to leave it if you have a new one here. So I'm gonna remove it and install a new one. See, it has a gasket. I'm gonna remove that gasket as well. And install the new gasket, and put back the new one. All right, so that process is done. Make sure this is all tight. All right, so I mean, we're ready to turn the water back on and see if the valve will hold the water, or if it's any leak. So we're gonna turn the water back on to check that out slowly. All right, so that's done. So apparently there's no more leak. The valve stopped leaking. Now all we have to do is reconnect the wires. Just gonna follow, see this solenoid, gonna follow where this is connected to. So if you see, this is connected to yellow, so we're gonna remove yellow. We're gonna remove this wire from yellow, and we're gonna connect the valve. It could be either one, don't matter, so whichever you want. All right, so connect it to yellow. All right, so and now we find the other wire, which is connected to white, which is the common. So we remove it from here, and we connect the other wire to here. Put it together. All right, so I got a wire now. All right, so okay, so that's done. The valve's not leaking. I mean, that's the easiest way you can do, replace pretty much all the parts of the valve. And I mean, like I said, it's not, I don't think it's, I mean, nothing's gonna leak. The valve's pretty much, it's a new valve pretty much. Well, if you like the video, you know, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel. All right, so well, that's it. This is it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.